Good morning and welcome to Ramadan Radio Wolverhampton. It is the 8th of November 2020. My host today is Shabazz Ahmed and myself, Khalid Akhtar, keeping you company right the way through till 12 a.m. this morning. Sunday morning, it's beautifully cold.
It's freezing cold. Freezing cold. Assalamu alaikum, Khalid. How are we?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
How's everything going? It is really cold outside.
It
Chilly,
is. I actually had to put the heating on before I came out of the house, so at least my other half is kept warm.
See, you know it's cold when you have to put the heating on.
Exactly. I felt for it this morning. I thought, you know what, I'll put the heating on and then I'll leave the house.
Did you make a breakfast for her before you left?
No. That's going to happen when I get home and the breakfast will be made for me.
Oh, right. Okay.
Inshallah. Fingers crossed.
Keep talking, sure.
How you been? You missing in action for a few weeks?
Yes. Been just a busy few weeks, with the family. Went down to St Ives last weekend. Had a nice break with the wife. Yeah, really nice.
It's amazing wherever you go. The place is shut down afterwards. Is that true?
It is, yeah. So went to Anglesey in Wales a few weeks back, and Wales went into lockdown. Visited St Ives last weekend, and the whole country is now going into lockdown. So it's not me, I promise. But
did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, it was really. I've never been to Cornwall before. Very, very long drive. I think it took us 4 hours and 35 minutes in total to get there. But I recommend it to all our listeners. If you've not been, England and the UK in general has got some beautiful places, Khalid. St Ives, you've got Wales, the Lake District. I think
you've hit all of them this year, haven't you?
I think we need to explore them more because sometimes we don't need to go abroad. I know you get the feeling of getting on a plane and going to a hot country, but honestly, I can bet St Ives on a hot day would rival the south of France any day.
Wow. Good. I was missing in action last week as well.
Oh, okay.
I actually didn't turn up for a show.
That's alarm bells were ringing.
Yeah, it was. I ended up in hospital on Saturday.
Okay? Go
on.
Really
did.
What happened?
I had an allergic reaction to bicarbonate soda.
What, were you trying to brush your teeth with bicarbonate
soda?
Well,
the missus, I think, tried to kill me.
Right, okay, fair enough.
Not really.
Just the first time, or?
I don't know. I don't know how many years she's been trying. No, what she done was she cleaned the bed, and apparently bicarbonate soda is what you throw onto your mattress to clean it properly, get rid of all the...
Hold on. This is the first time I've heard of this. Bicarbonate soda.
On the bed.
On the bed, right.
So what happened over the week, I started getting temperature every night.
Yeah.
And weren't feeling really well. And then Saturday morning I woke up and had like blisters all over my body. And
right.
I had to go to a funeral as well.
Just show me those pictures. It looked absolutely horrendous.
It was. By the time I got into hospital, guess what? They disappeared. It was just my luck. I think the doctor was thinking, this chap's lying to us.
Right, okay.
Anyway, I showed her the photographs and she go, ooh, like that, But
so what did they give you?
Nothing.
Just
go home.
Go home.
Have a COVID test first before you go home, which I did. It came back negative.
Right, good.
So yeah, fingers crossed. The missus has obviously again changed all the bedding, cleaned it all again.
So
and
the moral of the story here is that you're allergic to clean bed sheets. Is that what it is?
Probably.
Right, just don't clean your bed sheets.
I've got to be dirty and nasty. Well,
how's your week?
Week's been good. I've been back to work as well. Good. Obviously, I had one day off because I had to wait for the COVID test.
Yeah.
But it's hard at work as well because everything now is in lockdown. The country is in lockdown.
Absolutely, yeah.
We are here because we are working.
We're providing an essential service to the West Midlands and the wider, international service.
So it's everything's changed again, hasn't it? It's back to where we were in late March, first week of April. Can't go out.
I know. Do you think people are going to adhere to it as much as they did last time? Because I do not think people are starting to get sick and tired of the contradictions in the rules. I, for one, remember when I landed back from Pakistan in March, everything was closed, You had to queue up in Asda, you had to queue up in supermarkets. Do you think it's going to get to that level again?
I don't think so. I think people are getting fed up. They are... You've got 4 or 5 families coming in one household celebrating.
Yeah.
You've got people walking around, going shopping, pushing over each other.
See, my the only issue with this is if you're going to do a lockdown, everybody locks down, right? Like we did in March, you don't leave the house. You know, we used to visit my mum and stand in the doorway. It was very much at that level. Whereas at the moment now, Ibrahim, my son, he's going to school. You know, he's considered he could easily carry the disease.
The kids are the carriers.
Well, yes.
This is what the government do not understand. They're the carriers. They're going to school, mingling with other children.
That's it, yeah.
Bringing it back home, giving
what-
it to the parents. Parents are going to work.
Yeah.
Work is then spreading. It is a disease. It's a pandemic. It's contagious.
Yeah.
I think the government have got it wrong. I think you're right. Lockdown should mean lockdown. Everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to the announcement as well. It kind of says it all. I mean, I was in St Ives at that point in time. We were watching BBC, looking forward to the 5 o'clock announcement from Boris Johnson, and 10 to 5 we got told, no, we're not ready yet. We're going to do it at 6 o'clock. So, you know, we had our dinner. We waited for the 6 o'clock announcement. We're not ready yet. We're going to do it at 6:30. 6:30, still not ready. We'll do it when we're ready, is what they said. So even the announcement was a bit of a joke. So it just tells me that, you know, clearly they...
I haven't got a clue.
Well, you'd like to think they have. They are the leaders of our country. But
What I don't understand is they do an announcement, say, Wednesday,
yeah,
but you can't go into lockdown until the following week, Thursday.
That's
Why?
right.
What is it? What's that all about?
it was Boris's thing that made me laugh when he said, "We must act now, starting Thursday." That kind of really made me chuckle. But it is what it is. We're in it together, so let's
Yeah.
just try and abide by the law as best we can. And yeah,
Let's bring fun on radio. Let's start the show. I've got a competition.
okay.
I thought of this morning, and I thought, you know what, this is good.
Go on,
And I
then.
think you're going to like this as
Go on.
well.
Firstly, is there a prize?
Yes, there is a prize.
Okay.
We have 2 prayer mats still going.
Great.
Courtesy of Sister Naseem. We have 2 prayer mats that we're going to give away, a male and a female. The question today is, who is the President of the United States?
Come on, there's got yeah, you do.
Who is the President of the United States?
Is it a trick question? Because
Don't say nothing, Shabazz.
Right, okay.
Only clever people will know the answer.
so as of today,
As of today, who is the Prime Minister of the President of the United States of America? The telephone lines are open.
if someone can tell us the Prime Minister of the United States, you know, I'll happily buy you a prize. But,
A Ferrari?
a Ferrari, maybe. Yeah. Should we start the show off by wishing somebody happy birthday?
Yes, of course. I woke up to beautiful news this morning that my niece is celebrating her 9th birthday.
Wow.
Ikra.
Ikra
Princess Ikra, we call her.
Yeah.
And you know, this is the first year that I haven't been to her party.
Well, because you're abiding by the rules, yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit sad, but
Now, I hope Ikra enjoys her birthday. Happy birthday from all of us and all of our listeners, I'm sure. You're turning into a beautiful young little girl. And just keep being you.
that's right. 9 years old as well.
9 years old.
How quickly have them 9 years gone?
I don't know, mate.
So happy birthday to Ikra. That's coming from your mummy Umbreen, your daddy Yav, and of course your little sister as well, who's celebrating.
Isa.
Isa, celebrating with you. I'm sure she's going to steal a few of your presents as well a bit later on.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, she's probably got all the hand-me-downs over the years, hasn't she? So that's what normally happens when two siblings are the same sex.
No, for some reason I don't think she got any hand-me-downs because she's very, very demanding, isn't she?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's carry on. If you are celebrating your birthday, please do let us know as well. A little bit later on, we'll be doing this day in history and, of course, all your birthdays. Studio lines are open, 01902972150. And you can WhatsApp as well. It's 07440 420 432. Start with the stories. I've got one here. The pill that stops snoring.
Okay.
Once a night tablet eases the symptoms of sleep apnea.
Right.
You interested in that?
Yeah, very much so. Because
For you or the missus?
well, not just that. It's when we go away with the boys somewhere. You've got, like, for instance, I'm not going to name any names, but there's some heavy snorers in our group of people.
Do you know, when we go out, I always try to see which people I should be
Sharing with.
Sharing
Oh
with.
yeah, I sort that out before we even go anywhere.
And luckily, we went to Umrah
Yeah.
this year, and luckily it was pretty good.
Are you okay?
I was okay. Maybe I wasn't.
Right. Well, I have to take earbuds with me wherever I go because oh god. But anyway, yeah, the story, the pill.
The pill. Yeah, it's obstructive sleep apnea can cause heavy snoring and interrupted breathing. 2 million people in Britain are thought to be affected by its symptoms. Clinical trials suggest a nighttime pill may ease these problems by 74%.
Wow.
So
Can we get hold of some for our next trip away? That would be really good.
well, obviously, if there's any pharmacists out there
Yeah.
who could share their
Yeah.
stack with us,
Apologise to the listeners if you can hear a crackling in our airwaves. I don't know.
just a slight crackle, isn't
Can you
it?
hear that? Is it our microphones or do you think it's the airwaves?
I think it's the airwaves. I think it's a cold.
Maybe.
Maybe the cold.
Maybe it's all melting somewhere. Maybe I don't know. But I've got a little, quite a quirky little story. So a determined dad, he cycles 200 miles from Glasgow to Manchester on his daughter's tiny pink bicycle. So a determined dad has cycled a staggering 200 miles from Glasgow to Manchester while riding his 8-year-old daughter's tiny pink bike. Wesley Hammett, 37 years of age, pedalled for over 32 hours on the £20 bike, which had just 12-inch wheels over 6 days for charity. So a great thing for charity there, riding on a...
12-inch bike, was it?
It was 12-inch wheels.
12-inch wheels.
12-inch wheels.
It's very small, isn't it?
Very, very small, yeah. So what, I mean, imagine if you would have seen him, you would have thought he was a bit mad, wouldn't he? If you would have driven past someone driving a child's bike.
Bargle.
But he's doing it for charity, it's a good cause. Took him 32 hours and I bet his legs are hurting, but well done, Wesley Hammett, for that great achievement.
Fantastic. I don't think I'll do a mile on a small little bike. Could you?
Well, to be fair, I do like biking. To be fair, I'm actually in the market for a new bike, but we'll discuss that in just a second.
I just want something that really, really gets me angry.
Is it the noise in the ears or
That as well. Also, the noise the last 3 nights.
the fireworks?
The fireworks it's really got me angry. I need to get this off my chest.
Go on then.
First of all, how can people spend that much money on fireworks in a pandemic?
Okay.
Yeah. Secondly, obviously I haven't been shopping, so I'm not sure if the shops are still selling these fireworks, but where are they getting them from?
Okay.
And then, thirdly, why are all these fireworks landing on top of my car?
It's your neighbours, Khalid. It's your
Honestly, I felt like going out at night and saying, "Shut the up."
Well, it's I'll tell you why it's been so crazy this year. It's because normally people, they don't buy fireworks. What they tend to do, they tend to go to a bonfire display. You have them at Dunstall Park, you have them at Weston Park, these large displays, because they're clearly not happening now. I think people have obviously decided that we're going to do them in the house, but no, I feel the same as you. My daughter would not go to sleep on the 5th of November that night. She was crying, she was scared of the fireworks. But then they happen then the cheapskates do them the day after, because obviously the fireworks are cheaper. If you hear any fireworks on Monday,
Diwali's it?
they're going to be the true cheapskates because they go down in price. But no, they've been on sale. There's a massive queue in a local supermarket. So yeah, I think it's people have got a bit bonfire crazy this year, haven't they, at home?
It's mad, and I just wanted to get that off my chest because I was really angry. Salam Khalid and Shabazz, a very big happy birthday to Ikra from her Papa Rani. So that's our first message of the evening. Don't forget text messages. The lines are open for our competition. Who is the President of the United States as we speak? 01902972150. You could text in 07440420432.
So I want to start. I want to give you a joke, Khalid, if you don't mind, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So a very quick joke, and I'll repeat it a couple of times for people who aren't listening at the start of the show, because I thought it was hilariously funny. But what did America say to Donald Trump?
What did America say to Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Biden. Sorry.
That's
poor.
poor, cheesy, poor, bad. Oh, I apologise to all the listeners.
There's people laughing out there. I'm telling you, there's people laughing out there.
Let's do some proper stories, eh?
Go on.
Diet Coke could be just as bad for you as full fat. Artificially sweetened drinks and sugary beverages both increase the risk of heart disease by up to 20%. French researchers tracked more than 104,000 people over 10 years. They were categorized as non-consumers, high or low consumers of fizzy drinks. Consumption of sugary or artificially sweetened drinks was recorded biannually. So Diet Coke could be bad for you.
You know, I've been saying this for years. I think all these artificially sweetened drinks, I bet they're just as bad for you as full fat stuff. Personally, I've always had that view. But
What's your favourite drink?
at the moment, I'd probably say watermelon and strawberry tango is a good one.
Yeah,
At the moment,
that's
pretty
nice,
good.
isn't it?
Or even orange tango.
That's sugar-free as well, isn't it?
Sugar free, yeah, probably really bad for you though. Anything fruity and fizzy, yeah.
Fruity. I'm still Pepsi Max.
Oh yeah,
Still Pepsi Maxed out.
I don't know, just a bit too much gas going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I'll tell the missus to get me some more of that
Tango.
watermelon.
yeah they got buy one get one free in Asda, so
Have they?
get yourself down there.
I'm sure she's listening. She might just go out. I doubt it.
I've got a story titled "It's a Joke," and I'm hoping it's better than the one that I've just said to you guys. But a couple who found a migrant hidden in their bike rack after a motorhome holiday are threatened with a fine. So Debbie and John Marriott found the lad who was said to be from Sudan when they arrived home in Worthing, West Essex. Debbie, 57, said discovering the boy hiding in the bike rack was terrifying. It was a real shock, and anything could have happened to him or us on the way back from France. But to now get a letter from the Border Force suggesting that it's our fault, it's a bit of a joke. They say we've broken the law while bringing someone into the country and have demanded to know details of our journey back home and what precautions we took. It's a slap in the face, to say the least. So can you imagine that, coming back from France and somebody hiding in your bike rack?
Just imagine you coming from St. Ives, and you had a bike rack, and somebody swam over the sea, came into your bike rack,
Yeah.
and then halfway down the police stop you, and then, hey, Mr. Ahmed, come here.
Yeah, but yes and no, because I think if they've got 2 St. Ives, I don't think they want to come to Wolverhampton, do they? I think they'll probably stay where they are.
I don't know. Wolverhampton is generous, isn't he? They like giving universal credit out.
Maybe. No, I would have been extremely alarmed, but no, they're apparently going to get fined for driving back from France and having someone hiding in the bike rack. Isn't it something like £10,000 per person or something like that?
It is, yeah. And I do feel sorry for these truckers as well, because they've got to have eyes at the back of the head as well.
Yeah.
So
Some of the lengths that these people go to get into the country, someone should tell them that it's not really that good here.
yeah, we want to get out,
Yeah.
and everyone from Pakistan wants to come in.
Yeah. Well, I think we're getting a lot of people from the Sudanese, those parts of the world, and Eastern Europe especially. But no, I think it must think that there's free gold here or something, or money falling off trees. It's not quite.
We wish.
We wish. Yeah. We wish.
Did you know they found water on the moon?
Okay.
There is water on the moon. NASA reveals tiny pockets of ice on the lunar surface could provide enough oxygen, hydration and rocket fuel to support a human colony.
Wow.
Scientists have found a unique molecular signature for water on the moon. Proves that water, likely as ice and trapped in glass, exists on the lunar surface. A study estimates up to 40,000 kilometers of water hidden in cold traps in craters. So,
would you go and live on the moon?
No.
Well,
What apart from water, what's on there?
well, you never know. If they start, having a colony there, you might end up having a football team and a few other bits and bobs. No,
I don't know.
No,
Without oxygen, I don't think it's much.
no. I think the time and effort they spend on these space explorations, trying to get to Mars, if they just fix our actual world, I think we'll probably be a bit better off. But some more royal news coming out, or ex-royal news, should I say? So Meghan Markle is have we got much time for the break yet, Khalid?
We've got 6 minutes.
Okay, so Meghan Markle is paying for her multi-million-pound California mansion from Suits returns on Netflix. But since being axed in 2019, the show has become one of the most streamed box sets on Netflix, and a deal recently struck by the streaming service and acting unions means stars get payouts for returns. Meghan and Harry have taken a mortgage for a $7 million Montecito mansion.
£7 million mortgage.
Yeah. I don't know why they need to take a mortgage. I mean, he's Prince Harry. and she's Meghan Markle.
She's made millions out of Suits.
Yeah, and he's made millions from you and me. So,
Exactly. So, and they still have to take a mortgage out.
yeah. Just shows that maybe it's not all as clear as you think it is.
Yeah, it doesn't all show a clear picture, does it?
No, not at all. But I wish I was in a position to take out a £7 million mortgage, though.
I think David Beckham also has joint Netflix as well.
Right, okay.
They're doing a program, and Netflix are paying them some ridiculous amount of money as well.
Well, David Beckham sells, though, doesn't he? To be fair, he's is it like a documentary?
Like a documentary, followed documentary of him in Victoria.
I like David Beckham, so I probably will.
Gentleman,
watch that.
isn't he?
Yeah, I probably will watch that.
Also, there's a new one coming out with Amir Khan.
Okay, as in as in the boxer Khan.
The boxer Khan, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
That's why I've done that.
Right.
Amir.
I'm not with it today. Sorry, go on.
So yeah, then both is it Farial Mahmoud or Mahmoud?
I don't know.
His wife.
Are they doing like a reality?
Like a reality TV show,
okay.
yeah. So they've been filming over the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Right.
They actually ended up in Dubai as well with the cameras.
Okay.
And he came back and he forgot to self-isolate, didn't he?
Oh, right. It's all on TV.
It's all on TV. So yeah, poor Amir Khan.
Yeah,
That's coming to maybe a new. It could be Amazon or Netflix, or maybe even the BBC.
Maybe.
Yeah,
No,
so-
look forward to seeing that. Hopefully, he doesn't shoot himself in the foot in any way and make himself look stupid. But,
So, whilst in our isolation, what movies or what dramas have you been watching?
during isolation, well, talking about that, I mean, I'm not a massive series watcher at all, as we discussed a few weeks back. I just find it really hard to sit through hours and hours and hours, which is why you were telling me to watch Ertugrul, how good it was and how Pakistan have gone crazy about it. It's just the number of episodes for me. But there's a new Nicole Kidman one and Hugh Grant one. I don't know if you've seen it on Sky Atlantic, called... is it called The Undoing?
Undoing.
Yeah, it's only the second episode, but Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant, as we know, are Hollywood A-list actors. They've paid them a lot of money to do these 6 episodes, but absolutely brilliant. If I can just tell the listeners a little bit about it, just to entice them. So basically, Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant, they're a married couple. They've got a son. Everything's really good. Their life's really good. They're... just a happy family. He's got a good job, she's got a good job. He goes to a private school.
It's got to be a twist.
But yeah, but what happens is Hugh Grant goes somewhere and one of the people from their school gets murdered or something like that, and somehow Hugh Grant becomes a bit of a prime suspect. But what starts to happen is Nicole Kidman starts to unearth stuff about her husband that she just didn't know.
Yeah.
And apparently she knew this guy all her life, but she didn't
didn't.
know him. It's really, really well made. It's a proper, like a Hollywood budget, I would say. So yeah, anyone who's got Sky Atlantic, it's only on the second episode. I definitely recommend you watch it. It's a great thriller, hour long. That's my plug for that over.
Fantastic. I've been watching a program called Queens of Gambit,
Okay.
and it's about this young orphan girl. She's really good at chess,
Okay, that sounds good.
and the story is about her becoming a master of chess.
Okay.
It's really good. Me and the wife are enjoying it. We're still going through it at
Is
the
it,
moment.
is it like 100 episodes that we need to get
It's
to?
not many episodes. I think it's maybe 10 episodes. I'm not sure. I'm on episode 6.
And
when I get back.
where can our listeners
That's
watch
on
this?
Netflix.
It's on Netflix, okay.
Netflix. That's Queen of Gambit. It's really good, well made as well.
There you go. I'll check that out. I'll check that when I get time.
When
I
you get time.
Yeah.
8th of November 2020. It's Ikra's birthday. Just telling the world again. We've got a few more minutes until our first break, and hopefully we try to fix this background noise. If you could hear it at home, please phone in or let us know by text. If you can't, then we're just making a fuss over nothing, aren't we,
Yeah,
Shabazz?
yeah. Well, I can definitely hear it. I mean, it's got progressively louder over the last 10 minutes or so, but it's not putting me off just yet. But if our listeners can hear this horrible, dreaded noise in your ears, let us know and we'll see if
Yeah.
we can do anything about it.
Once again, that competition as well. Got 2 prayer mats to give away. What we want to do is give it to somebody special like you. The question today is, who at the moment is the President of the United States of America?
Is this a trick question?
I'm not going to say nothing.
Go on then.
I'm not going to
Okay.
say nothing. You should be clever enough to work this out.
Okay.
So if you do know the answer, what's the telephone lines, the numbers, and
The telephone number you can call us on, and please do call us at 01902 972 150. You can also text us on
07440 420 432. 07440 420 432. Wolves are playing later on this afternoon.
They are, yes. They're the mighty Leicester who are going well. What do you think?
Every time we play Leicester, we score and our goal gets disallowed.
Okay.
So I'm predicting a draw today.
Predicting a draw, yeah. I've got a 1-1 down for today. But I think Wolves are going well. I think they're showing signs of progression from last season as well. Getting better and better. The players are getting used to the Premier League.
Yeah, we're in a better position now than we were last year.
Yeah, and you can see in the performance. I think you've got to class Wolves as a top 10 team now in the Premier League for sure. And yeah, I think they'll have a good go this season. Absolutely.
Yeah, last 2 seasons top 7 finishes. Inshallah, we're looking at
Champions
top
League
6, top 4. Inshallah.
But how crazy this year is, you never know.
You never know. Anyway, we'll catch you back in around about 4 minutes' time. Don't forget that competition. Do give us a ring. Welcome back to Ramadan Radio Wolverhampton, the heart of the community station. My name's Khalid Akhtar, and joining me today is Shabaz Ahmed. Shabaz, I think we've fixed it, haven't we?
We've fixed this noise. I think it was our microphone that I was using, but the problem now is that you're only coming through one of my ears. So
It's all right. At least it's better than that noise.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I might just take the headphones off actually, to be fair, because I can still hear you.
That's
Can
fantastic.
you still hear me?
I could hear you fine.
Okay,
Good. Second part of the show. Do you miss airline food?
You know, I actually do.
You do?
I do, yeah. I love a good airplane
Meal.
meal. I know that's quite sad, but I really actually look forward to it.
Well, there's a company out there called Finnair.
Okay.
It's selling a business class meal in a supermarket, and sales have taken off. Do you like the pun? Around 1,600 of the business class meals have been sold within days. They can be purchased at a supermarket close to Helsinki Airport. Meals include a blue cheese mousse starter and a beef teriyaki.
Nice.
Hey,
Nice.
halal.
Beautiful.
Hope so.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. I know you like me. We travel Emirates, don't we?
Love it.
And they give you that plan, the meal,
The menu.
straight away, don't they?
I mean, people have never been so excited.
And you look at it and you think, wow. And then you think, what shall I have today? Shall I have
The beef or the
or shall I have the chicken?
Yeah.
And then you say you nudge the missus and you say, you have the beef and I'll have the chicken. And then what you could do is share it.
Yeah. Well, I was lucky enough to take my mum on a business class flight to Pakistan, and the food
With Emirates,
with Emirates,
not PIA.
not with PIA. No, well, you can't really call that business class. No, so we got to sample how the other half live, and it's completely different. I mean, you get proper cutlery. A lady comes out, she puts a little cloth out on your table.
Wow.
Starters are bought first, they're taken away. Then the mains bought, they're taken away. Differently.
Did you know our station manager,
Yeah.
Alvina?
She only travels business.
Always business class.
Well, when you're at that level, you wouldn't expect anything less.
I'm trying to hit that level and I can't.
We can only try.
We try and try, but
only try.
inshallah one day.
Well, to be fair, I mean, when we go to the Far East or when you go to Dubai, absolutely you'll travel Emirates. But each time we've been going to Pakistan of late, we've been travelling with Emirates as well. Don't need to do that anymore because, as we all know, British Airways are now going direct 4 times a week from London Heathrow to Lahore.
Wow.
And also, I don't know if the listeners know this at all, but Virgin Atlantic from December will also be flying to Pakistan direct from Manchester to Islamabad 3 times a week, London Heathrow to Lahore 4 times a week, and also London Heathrow to Islamabad 3 times a week. So numerous options now for our Pakistani community here in the UK to get back to Pakistan. Direct flights with both British Airways and Virgin.
Virgin. I've not travelled Virgin.
Have you not?
Never.
Well, to be fair, Virgin are very good. I flew to Florida with Virgin Atlantic, and it was a very decent flight.
Yeah.
But it's talking about business class. I was actually looking at business class options on Virgin, and
you need a mortgage.
No. No word of a lie. If you want to go around March time, and this is real life pricing because I've been looking at this the other day, but British Airways are doing a business class return ticket for 2,200, which is compared to your 500 economy is still good 4 or 5 times more. However, if you're willing to spend that little bit more, Virgin Atlantic are doing a £1,200 business class return seat from London Heathrow to Lahore, and the business class product on Virgin Atlantic is substantially better than British Airways. You get a fully flat bed. The stewardesses will come out and actually make the bed for you. So I think
Tuck you in as well.
Yeah, they will do. They'll give you a nightcap. But I think from a price...
£1,200 not bad, is it?
Yeah, it's only a little bit more than maybe double than what you would normally pay. But you get a fully flat bed, you get, meal whenever you want, you get a bar on the plane as well. Not for orange juice, of course. But no, for anyone who's interested, I think that's quite a good price.
Fantastic. Once again, our competition is up and running. Still haven't got anybody brave enough to challenge us, Shabazz.
Do you think that's because anyone's not listening to our show? Or?
Of course. Now we are in the thousands of listeners. Maybe a week later, but they still listen to us. What we want to know is who, at the moment, is the President of the United States of America. Do give us a call.
It's not Obama, for anyone who's thinking it's
Definitely
Obama.
not Obama.
Definitely not Obama.
01902 972 150. If you want to wish anybody happy birthday live, you could do that this morning as well. Do give us a ring on that number. Or if you're just woke up and you don't want to talk to us, but you want to message us, you can do on 07 440 420 432. Royal Mail bosses hints that Saturday post could be scrapped because it is no longer economic to deliver letters 6 days a week.
Okay.
So Royal Mail bosses say delivering letters 6 days a week is no longer economic. Chairman Keith Williams says that changes are needed to reflect customers' habits. During the first 5 months of this year, the number of parcels sent has surged. Parcels. Yesterday, my son ordered 3 parcels.
Yeah.
From the same company. Came on 3 separate vans.
Okay.
Can you believe that?
Well, that's possible because they might have been coming from 3 different warehouses, maybe.
But he ordered it all at the same time.
Maybe.
And we've only got it's Amazon.
Right. Okay.
So we've got one Amazon. He's in Cannock.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
And he came in 3 different vans, maybe like 20 minutes after each other.
Well, I think with the pandemic, I think it's although Royal Mail might be stopping deliveries on Saturdays, it's still going to have all the other couriers, because I get 4 or 5 parcels. My wife, she's ordering stuff all the time. So Saturdays, Sundays, 8:00 at night, 7:00 in the morning. We're always forever getting parcels. So I don't think that'll make a difference to us. But no, I mean, you'd think though economically, Royal Mail would be doing better anyway, because a lot of people aren't sending letters as much as they used to. People are sending emails a lot more. There's different forms of communication, but
maybe that's why they're thinking don't really need to work Saturdays. I remember back in the day, Royal Mail workers used to get up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and then start delivering their letters.
Yeah.
Do you know they don't need to do that anymore?
Well,
I don't get my post till about 12.
Yeah, mine comes about 12 or 2 o'clock. However, our postman, I don't actually know his name, but he's been delivering the post to our house since, we bought a new build house and it's 7 years old now, and for the last 7 years, this guy's there every single day walking up and down the street. So what I do, and I know these guys celebrate Christmas, I'll always give them like a box of mince pies or something like that, just to say a thank you. Do you know your postman?
I do. In fact, my postman sits behind me at the Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Does he really?
Yeah, he does. So the one day, he tapped me on my shoulder.
He gave you a letter?
He goes, "You right, Khalid?" How does he know my name? I said, "How do you know me?" He goes, "I'm your postman." Anyway, so I got scared because I thought this guy's stalking me.
Yeah.
And then every time I ordered a lot of Wolves tickets, and I'm thinking, he's going to nick one, isn't he? I'm not going to get him.
Yeah.
But you know what? He delivers on time.
Does
he delivers every post. I've never, ever had a missing post. And actually, the once he did help me out as well. So I've got his number. I'll ring him. Where's my post?
Tell you what, these are our silent heroes, aren't they?
They are. Yeah, and they have to knock door and door, deliver parcels in this pandemic.
Wind, rain or snow.
And hats off. We should do a Thursday clap for the post people.
We should do, yeah, absolutely. My postie would absolutely love that. Some news coming out of the UAE, Khalid. So the UAE is going to be relaxing its Islamic laws to boost tolerance. I'm sure you might have heard of this story. Coming out of Dubai, the United Arab Emirates announced on Saturday a major overhaul of the country's Islamic personal laws, allowing unmarried couples to cohabitate, loosening alcohol restrictions and criminalising honour killings. The broadening of personal freedoms reflects a changing profile of the country that has sought to bill itself as a westernised destination for tourists, fortune seekers and businesses, despite its Islamic legal code that has previously triggered court cases against foreigners and outrage in their home country. So what's your thoughts on that, Khalid?
UAE. Well, out of all the states like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Dubai is the most relaxed at the moment because obviously they sell alcohol. But it's frightening to see that they're changing with the times. I still think UAE should still be Islamically led.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's for me, like drinking. We don't drink, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't bother us.
Yeah.
But I
Do you-
think they're doing it for tourism.
It's money talks, isn't it? Unfortunately, I think you know Dubai's it's been going that way for a while now. Not necessarily a bad thing as long as Muslims aren't going out and drinking. But I think I agree with you. I think it'd be nice for our Islamic states to remain predominantly Islamic. What frightens me more is what's happening in places like Jeddah. A lot
Saudi Arabia following suit.
yeah, a lot closer to. I'll tell you what. I mean, we'll touch on this in a minute, but the only good thing coming out of this. Have you heard of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix has been announced
It has for next year.
for next year?
Yeah.
So they signed a 10-year deal to do a street race on the streets of Jeddah.
Nighttime race.
A nighttime race across the streets of Jeddah. So yeah, you can watch the Formula One in the day and go and do your Umrah at night time.
Inshallah.
But no, I think it's. I'm a big Formula One fan, so I'm all for that type of thing. But again, it's the whole. It's a catch-22, isn't it? How westernized do you go before it starts becoming haram, for instance? So
Yeah. A friend of mine actually done Umrah last week.
oh wow, mashallah.
So he used to phone in when I used to do the program in Rosie.
Yeah.
He used to message us in. He used to live in Saudi Arabia. He then flew back into the UK, and then he flew back to Saudi Arabia a few weeks ago. He downloaded the app, and he got invited to do Umrah last Friday on Jummah.
Mashallah.
And he obviously took a few pictures and sent them to me. And
Was he allowed to go by next to the Kaaba Sharif?
no, that's still cordoned off.
Right.
You go there, you have 3 hours to complete your Umrah.
Right.
So basically, you get led by a team member,
Right.
and they take you around. You
Yeah.
do your
I haven't done Umrah since I was 11 years old. You've done it recently. Is 3 hours enough?
more than enough.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Normally, we could finish Umrah in easy 2 hours,
Right.
depending on how fit you are
Yeah,
as well.
okay.
Because there's a lot of walking to do,
Yeah.
but especially Safa Marwa.
Yeah.
But yeah, he loved it. He said it was very well organised, very clean, hygienic,
Yeah.
and obviously you do it at a nice pace.
Yeah.
Not many people around. So very lucky person. I think a lot of people have been lucky in this day and age, especially in 2020, if you have got to do Umrah. So well done to everybody who's done that this year.
No, fantastic. Great news. Great news. So just coming out with some additional news. So Saudi Arabia, seeing as we're on Saudi Arabia, appoints 10 women in senior roles in holy mosques in a rare move to boost female employment in the Islamic kingdom.
MashaAllah.
So it's all change, isn't it, across
Subhanallah.
the Arabian Peninsula. So Saudi Arabia is seeking to boost female employment and has appointed 10 women in senior roles at Islam's holiest sites, according to authorities. Appointment of women in senior positions at religious institutions are rare. A number of working women reached 1.03 million in the third quarter of 2019. The women were appointed in 2 holy mosques in Mecca and Medina across various departments, including administration and technical, according to a statement released by the General Presidency Affairs for the 2 holy mosques. So, more women getting jobs in the 2 holy mosques.
Excellent news, isn't
Good news,
it?
yeah, really
Fantastic
good news.
news. You could see Saudi Arabia really upping their game and doing what's right
Yeah,
for a
absolutely.
change.
I agree.
I bet you're your kid. This, when I read this story, I thought about your kids.
Go on then.
Gucci's latest kids winter collection features £865 padded feather down coat for babies, which will only fit them for 3 months. So a padded hybrid jacket featuring its new season's collections and priced at £865 is the part of the newborn Gucci range with sizes 3 to 6 months and 6 to 9 months. Other items include a pair of socks for £30, woolly hat for £65 and a bib for £125.
The world's gone mad, Khalid. The world has gone mad.
But I bet you used to spend
No.
this much.
I think with our first child, we probably made some tasteless purchases. I would say, yeah. But you're a new parent. But no, I've learned from our mistakes with our second one. They just grow out of things too quickly. So the only thing that I do spend money on for my children without skimping is probably shoes, because I believe that keeping their feet healthy. but yeah, tracksuit bottoms and stuff like that. No, I don't
No.
really care now.
Who used to have your kids' hand-me-downs, especially the first kids?
Well, you say that. Since my firstborn Ibrahim was born,
Yeah.
God, it's about 5.5 years ago now. There hasn't been one other boy born in the family.
Really?
There's been girl after girl after girl after girl after girl. So we've got about 3 or 4 suitcases in my mother-in-law's house, just full of trainers and jackets and clothes and some stuff which has got tags on.
So the next baby boy born is going to be so lucky.
Absolutely. Well, that's what my brother-in-law recently had a baby girl, and I think he was desperately hoping for a boy just so he could have all those clothes. But no, yeah. So whoever has a boy next is going to be extremely lucky.
Talking about shoes, you was on about you change your kids' shoes.
Yeah.
Clark's shoes could leave British ownership after 195 years in a £100 million rescue deal by Hong Kong-based private equity firm.
Wow.
So Lion Rock Capital, a private equity giant, has agreed to a £100 million investment. Clark's bosses say move will allow them to keep all 320 stores and no job losses. If voted for, Lion Rock will buy majority stake with Clark's family to remain invested. So good news for British.
Very good news. Yeah, I think Clark's they're a typical sort of old school English brand. We buy all of our kids' school shoes from Clark's, and yeah, I think it would be a real shame to see another high street place shut down, because everything's kind of moving online now, aren't they? But I think Clark's for kids' shoes are awesome. So I hope they're staying around for much longer. Yeah.
My son actually bought a pair of Clark's shoes 3 weeks ago.
Oh, did he? Okay.
2 days later, they broke.
Okay.
Can you believe that?
And what did he do?
My wife took the pair to the nearest Clark's.
Yeah.
I think they went to Maryhill first. They bought them from Maryhill. They went to Wolverhampton. The customer service changed them straight away.
Yeah. Well, Ibrahim's shoes, the school shoes, happened the same thing. Now, they're very, very good quality boys' shoes, but I think he's actually got them caught somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's pulled at them, and he ripped a massive hole in there. And I'm talking these like 50 quid shoes for a 5-year-old, So
Yeah.
took them back, and yeah, they happily swapped them. Didn't charge us anything. So no, their customer service has always been pretty good.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Clark's are old school, aren't they? They've been around for years.
It's the nation's favourite shoe, I think,
Yeah.
Clark's.
Before we touched on shoes, I just had another story from Saudi Arabia, just as we were talking about pilgrimage. But some really, really good news. As Saudi Arabia is gradually to resume Muslim pilgrimage, which has been suspended for 7 months because of the pandemic. From early October, up to 6,000 Saudi citizens and residents will be allowed to undertake the Umrah each day. 6,000 a day, that's pretty good. And pilgrims from countries deemed safe will be permitted from the 1st of November, when the daily capacity will rise to 20,000. So your friend, who must be part of this 20,000,
Yeah.
but that's good. 20,000 a day, I think that's a great start.
He did say, though, that everything around the Haram Sharif
It's closed.
is deserted.
Yeah, it will be.
He goes, there's a handful of shops open for food and for souvenirs, but he goes, it's really dead at the moment. But I personally think it's the best time to go.
Yeah, it is the best time. I think the only sad thing is you can't go next to the Khanah Kaaba, and because I mean, even though when I was 11 years old, I mean, a vivid, lasting memory for me is because it had been raining. I was touching the Khanah Kaaba, and all the water was coming into my hands, and then the smell of that it stayed with me. Stayed with me all day. That smell did, because it was all over my hands, on my clothes. But yeah, so I think that's the only sad part to it. But the fact that people can go and actually perform Umrah, amazing.
Adil Rani is the first person to text in and got the question right. You're still confused, aren't you?
So I'm not going to say if it's right or wrong, but what answer has she given?
I can't say.
Well, it can only be one of two people, can't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, I can't say it because I just said it's right.
Oh, right, she's got it right. Okay, fair enough.
Khalid Amin's just texting. He goes, Clark's Zindabad.
Is Khalid a big Clark's fan?
Obviously, he must be. He must be invested in Clark's.
Maybe he's this the investor that's looking to invest. Maybe
you never know. You never know. I've got name and shame. Name and shame.
Go for it.
Police are called to Luton Mosque after a huge row erupts involving up to 300 worshippers inside the building. 6 police cars arrived at Jalalabad Jamia Masjid Mosque in Luton on Friday. That was last Friday, not this Friday, just gone. Footage of police breaking up the altercation emerged on social media on Monday. Allegedly started following dispute involving Secretary Sadil Islam Khan. He arrived to worship as normal despite being removed from position by other committee members. This story, I think it goes on every mosque, doesn't it?
I think this is just a replication of probably what happens in most mosques at some point in time, unfortunately. But no, hopefully they sort it out and we don't get too much bad press coming out of our masjids. But has he been arrested or anything? Or
He's not been arrested, but I think there were a few arrests on the day with some.
it's more embarrassing.
It
than
is
anything
embarrassing, isn't it?
to be
Why
fair.
don't we keep it in house? We can't, can
passion,
we?
It's passion, Khalid. That's what it
Is
is.
it?
It's Josh.
We have committee meetings because
Yeah.
I am a member of our Muslim committee in our mosque,
Yeah,
and we sit down.
you talk things through.
We try to talk things through. Sometimes not
Yeah.
quietly, but eventually we get there at the end
Yeah.
without fighting.
I think again, it's just passion, isn't it? People always want to try and do the right thing, but sometimes we just don't know how to go about it. But I've got a nice story coming out of Pakistan,
Yeah.
out of Lahore. It's a solar power to the rescue. So middle class families are quietly embracing renewable solar energy from the rooftops of their homes in Lahore. The rooftops boasting rows of solar panels in affluent locations in major cities have become a more common sight recently as homeowners catch up with the trend. But this shift isn't driven by the global concerns about rising greenhouse gases emissions or environmental degradation. The change is being steered purely by the increasing electricity prices and power cuts which refuse to go away in spite of surplus generation capacity created in the country over the last 5 years. So when you go to Lahore, to those affluent parts, you'll see a lot more solar panels on people's houses.
It makes sense though, doesn't it? Because
does
that
make
country
sense,
is hot country.
A lot of sun,
lot of sun, lot of energy created.
Yeah.
You'd have to rely on these government officials to switch off the electricity at the
Yeah.
wrong time
Yeah.
or the right time.
I think it's about time that Pakistan caught up with this type of thing. What would be really good is if they could maybe do some sort of government scheme to put solar energy into into villages and stuff like that. I think
It's a good investment, isn't it?
fantastic, yeah. And I think in Pakistan that when they say the Bijli goes off,
Yeah.
I think it's done purposely. I think they do it on purpose to control the levels. But no, great news coming out of Lahore there with these people with their solar panels. I think it's good news.
Fantastic news. YouTube kid influencers are being paid millions of pounds to promote junk food and sugary drinks to other children in their videos, studies shows. US researchers looked at the kid influence videos on YouTube viewed by children. These featured children filmed by their parents reviewing toys or munching food. Nearly half, 42.8% of the most popular videos promoted food and drink, and more than 90% of these advertised fast foods, drinks or fast food toys. The top 5 influence videos featured junk food ads and have been viewed over 1 billion times.
Wow.
Do you let your children watch YouTube?
We used to, but I'm very much policing what I watch now because it's such a dangerous thing, Carl. Honestly, they can start off watching Tom and Jerry, and before you know it, the next few videos, it just gets more adult and more adult and more
Yeah.
adult. So you do have to be very, very careful. But no, I do let them watch YouTube to a certain extent, but Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays only, not in the week.
You know, these little kids from 5 years old onwards, they're making more money than me and you
Put together, yeah,
and the whole building in here put together.
probably, yeah.
That's a lot of money they're making.
Well, yeah, it's become a sensation, hasn't it? To be fair, I've got a YouTube video. I reviewed a coffee machine,
Yeah.
my coffee machine, and I've got nearly 100,000 views. So
Have
far.
you?
Yeah, and everyone keeps saying, "Oh, why didn't you monetize it? You should have made some money." But I did actually do some research. But you need to have 1,000 subscribers at
Easy,
least for you to. But yeah, it's the future, isn't it? I guess. And I always used to wonder how are they making money. But you know these adverts that they show. I mean, it used to be
Clickbait and
well, you used to get one 5-second advert, but on most YouTube videos you get two adverts now. So, but no, it's the future. This is the way people are going to become millionaires, I guess.
fantastic. Salam brothers, great to hear Brother Shabazz has found his way home. You know who this is. May Allah keep you both blessed. Also shout out to Sister Alvina for the great work in the soup kitchens. Can we also make dua for an LFC win today? That's not Leicester City, that's Liverpool Football Club, I think. Plenty of love and duas to all listening, and keep positive and healthy during lockdown. That's Munawar Hussain.
Assalamu alaikum, Munawar Hussain.
He's missing in action.
He's missing in. Where is he?
You know what? I did message him during the week, and he goes, "Oh, I'm a bit tied up this Sunday." And I thought to myself, "It's lockdown. How can he be tied up on lockdown?" So he made an excuse not to turn up, but I'm sure he'll be here next week.
Inshallah. But just hearing from him today has kind of made our day, to be fair.
Maybe in about 5 minutes' time, he might ring in and surprise us.
Hopefully. So go on, Manny. Get on that phone.
We'll catch you after the break, Manny. Welcome back to the third and final part of Stories of the Week with Khalid and Shabazz. Today is Sunday, 8th of November 2020. It is the 313th day of the year, with only 53 days remaining. This day in history, in 392, Roman Emperor Theodorus declares Christian religion the state religion. In 1620, Battle of White Mountain in Prague. In 1731, in Philadelphia, Benjamin Franklin opens the first library in the North American colonies. And in 1864, this day in history, Abraham Lincoln elected to his second term as American president. And talking about presidents, we want to know, as our competition today, who at the moment is the President of the United States of America. Do call us 01902972150, or you can text in 07440420432. This day in history, in 1910, William H. Frost receives the first US patent for the electrical insect destroyer. In 1924, Fortune Theatre opens in London. In the year 1939, failed assassination attempt on Adolf Hitler in Munich. And in 1945, riverboat sinks off Hong Kong, killing 1,550 people. In 1960, John F. Kennedy is elected President of the United States. See, Shabazz, it's all about the election, isn't it?
It is.
1966, movie actor Ronald Reagan elected Governor of California. And in 1984, the first-class cricket debut of Wasim Akram, 2 months before his first test. In the year 1999, The World Is Not Enough, the 19th James Bond film starring Pierce Brosnan, was released.
Great
talking
film.
about James Bond, sad news about Sean Connery last week.
It was very, very sad news. Yeah, he was probably my favourite James Bond.
And mine. Yeah.
I was,
Brought up with Sean Connery, weren't
Sean
we?
Connery, yeah, but he made a few good other films as well. He made Entrapment and The Rock, which I really enjoyed. And just sad news. I thought.
In the year 2016, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi announces the demonetization of all 500 and 1,000 banknotes. Do you remember that day?
Yes.
All my Indian friends went mad.
I bet they did, yeah.
I was just laughing, thinking, what a genius, Brilliant stuff. If you're celebrating your birthday today, you're celebrating with Ikra. She's 9 years old. She's also celebrating with a Roman emperor, Norma, born in the year 30. I think longest ever birthdays. The year 30, Norma, born in Narni in Italy. In 1656, Edmund Halley, English mathematician and astronomer, he was born. Margaret Mitchell, she was born in the year 1900, an American author. Gone with the Wind was what she wrote. In 1927, born on November the 8th, Ken Dodd, British singer and comedian. 1966 was born Gordon Ramsay. Do you like Gordon?
Yeah, he's okay. He's a bit OTT sometimes.
Just
I think
a bit.
A bit over the top.
In 1978, Ali Karimi, Iranian footballer, born in Karachi, Iran. And in 1981, Joe Cole, English footballer, born in Paddington, London. And some Indian politician was born as well, 1927, L.K. Advani. And some Indian singer, Usha Uthup, born 1947. Pooja Banerjee, Indian actress, born in 1991. And finally, Sitara Devi, Indian dancer, born in Calcutta in the year 1920. If you're celebrating your birthday, do let us know. The telephone lines are now open.
They are open, yeah. You can call us on 01902 972 150. Still yet to have a caller for today, so we're hoping we're going to get one within the next 20 minutes or so. If you're feeling a bit shy and you want to WhatsApp us, please do so on 07440 420 432.
Brussels sprouts are now Britain's favourite green vegetable.
Okay.
Do you like Brussels sprouts?
No, not really.
No?
Not really.
They've been voted the nation's favourite green vegetable. They come out just ahead of broccoli.
Yeah,
Do you like broccoli?
I like broccoli, yeah.
My missus made broccoli protis last week.
Yes, you keep telling us about
She made them again.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cleans your system out. Very
Right,
good.
okay.
According to a survey by Waitrose, sprouts proved to be more popular with men than with women.
Okay.
They have long been seen as the vegetable equivalent of Marmite. You either love them or you hate them. And obviously Shabazz hates them.
To be fair, I'll still eat them just purely because they're good for you. They're very, very good for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't taste or smell very good.
Any stories?
Yes, so we've got a wheelchair user, 17. He's told that he's not disabled enough to complete for the British Paralympic team. So Oscar Knight, who's 17, dreamed of a spot on Great Britain's wheelchair basketball team, but a rule change means that he may now have to amputate his leg before he can complete internationally. So he was 9 when he began suffering from complex regional pain syndrome, and he was hypermobility. He has a hypermobility syndrome, meaning joints are weak and prone to breaks. But what he's been told that he's not disabled enough.
It's a shame, isn't it?
It is, yeah, especially since he's had it from 9 years old. You know, he clearly is disabled. You know, but hopefully there's a rule change there somewhere. But quite sad for him.
Do you like musical chairs, Shabazz?
Yeah, I do like musical
Especially
chairs.
this Sunday morning.
Yeah, my son.
You know, Shabazz, if you've been watching, anyone watching on Facebook Live, he's moved 3 chairs today.
Yeah. But you know, this one works well where I am now, so I should have stayed here at the start, to be fair.
He's crouching down, but...
Technical issues.
It's grand stuff, isn't it? Thank you very much for improvising.
Improvising.
That's the one. That's the one.
Is a word, yeah.
Taking the pizza. Bloke slammed for eating a takeaway pizza while his wife gives birth. A dad-to-be has been slammed online after he shared a snap of himself eating pizza while his wife was giving birth. Could you do that?
No. I came close to doing something like that when my daughter was born, but I won't mention it on it.
No, go on. You've said it now.
No, it was just I nearly missed it because I fell asleep in my car because I wasn't allowed into the room. At that, I don't know what the rule was at that time, but I said to him, "Look, I'm not going to go home. I'll just
stay in the car."
And I fell asleep.
And once you're asleep, there's no one getting you up.
And a couple of hours later, I must have woke up thinking, I really hope the baby's not been born yet. So I legged it inside, and I just about made it.
In the photo, the bloke can be seen chowing down on a hot and spicy pepperoni pizza, while his other half struggles with labour pains.
Wow.
Mad, isn't he?
Right. Well, I mean, you've got to eat, I guess.
Got to eat when you got to eat.
You got to eat, yeah. But talking about furry, it's not quite pizza, but furry caterpillars covered in venomous spikes invade Virginia and leave residents vomiting and full of fever. So not really nice news coming out of Virginia there. So the pus caterpillar, as it's known, has been spotted in eastern counties of Virginia. The insect is not common in this region, leading experts to say it is an outbreak. The insects are covered in a thick coat that is covered in venomous spines. Anyone who comes into contact will feel pain, along with other symptoms, including vomiting, fever, and shock symptoms. So, not very nice for our Virginian population.
No, felt like me like last week. That did.
Are you sure you didn't have any caterpillars?
I don't know what the missus has been hiding in the bed.
Well, yeah. So, not good news coming out for those guys, but wishing anyone in Virginia well.
If you were allowed a tattoo, Shabazz, you know, in our religion, if you was allowed a tattoo, what would you have on your body?
If I was allowed a tattoo?
Yeah, you know, in the Quran it said you can have a tattoo. What would you have?
I don't know. I've never even crossed my mind as to what I would
have. You ever thought of, I like that pattern, or I'd like that, or this?
See, that's
never.
That's the thing. You see, these sort of patterns. I remember when I was just leaving school, so the whole tribal tattoo was a big thing. I think you probably might have seen loads of people have this tribal tattoo.
Yeah.
But how stupid they look now. You know,
exactly.
People now must be so regretful, I should say, for having that tattoo. Probably my kids' names, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Well, this one, it stinks. This one, this story stinks. Dad ridiculed after getting tattoos of his kids' poo on his legs. As gobsmacked people joke, I thought I'd seen it all. Each of the feces is accompanied by his little ones' names, as well as several flies buzzing around the logs.
That's terrible.
He had originally shared the image on Facebook, captioning, "I got my little turd tattoos on my legs."
What? Why?
Why?
He'll be on that tattoo fixers show in
a few years' time,
getting his tattoo fixed. Do you remember growing up, I mean, this is probably more your era, but do you remember Spitting Image?
Yeah, yeah,
The show Spitting Image. So you probably have heard or seen on TV that's making a return to our television box
yeah.
sets.
It says it's on BritBox. How do you get BritBox?
No idea, no idea. You probably need another dish on the side of your house,
You know,
something.
another supplement that you got to subscribe to.
Another subscription, yeah. But Spitting Image is back. But the world that we live in today, you've got to be really careful what you say and how you say it. So, Spitting Image bosses hold a curious meeting with ITV over how best to portray characters like Meghan Markle and Kanye West without being accused of racism. So, Spitting Image is set to return. It's actually returning on ITV as well this autumn, and on a streaming service, BritBox, whatever that is. But producers fear racism claims over portrayal of celebrities like Kanye West. The rapper will feature along black celebrities such as US singer Beyonce. Other figures set to return include Boris Johnson and President Donald Trump. So I think it's just the world we live in. People are going to be really careful what they say and don't say. But sometimes people just need to be a bit more laid back as well, don't you think?
Just relaxed. It's like back in the day. This is before your time, but mind your language.
I remember hearing about it. I've not seen it
Yeah,
myself.
a brilliant program. But nowadays you can't even air that because you'd get you get so many complaints.
Right, so was it just a show about other people's
Religions,
accents?
accents,
Right,
yeah, just taking the mickey, basically taking the mick out of everything. It was really good. I thought it was fantastic. Another show that's coming on your airwaves is I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Yeah.
And we have a Muslim competitor on there,
Okay.
Muhammad Farah.
Okay.
Mo
Nice.
Farah,
Right, okay,
he's going
nice.
to be the star show. Joining him will be Shane Ritchie and Vernon Kay, three of the top paid stars on I'm a Celebrity. Would you go on there?
No.
No,
No, I just again reality TV. I think I couldn't find. I'd rather poke myself in the eye.
really.
Yeah.
I like I'm a Celebrity because of the.
Eating
yeah.
insects and all that type of stuff. I just no, not for me.
I want to know if Mo Farah has to do an eating
Insect challenge.
challenge. Would the insects have to be halal?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
It's a question I want to know.
Why don't you put that question to Mo Farah via Twitter? Because I know you're quite active on Twitter. Why don't
Yeah.
you put it towards
Shall
him and
I?
see what he says? Yeah.
Do-
Just ask him. Say, how are you going to eat? Are the insects going to be halal? And see what he says. It's a good question.
If any of the listeners out there know, do insects have to be halal? I don't know. Some may not be. Some may be. Do give us a ring. 01992972150.
So this pandemic, as we know, we're still yet to find a vaccine. I know we've had numerous clinical trials happening in different countries, but aspirin could be tested in the UK as a potential coronavirus treatment. So recovery trial researchers look at whether the drug can reduce the risk of dangerous blood clots. Thousands of coronavirus patients in Britain will be given aspirin as part of a trial to determine whether the painkiller can reduce the risk of dangerous blood clots. The cheap and widely available drug has been added to the list of potential treatments to be tested as part of the randomised evaluation of COVID-19 therapy. One of the biggest in the UK. So it could the vaccine
Cheap as chips, eh?
the vaccine could have been on our doorstep all this time.
Just had taken aspirin.
Just take an aspirin, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's just to help to reduce the blood clots people are facing. But no, I do hope they come up with a vaccine quite soon because I do miss holidays and going to football matches and just life.
I don't know what I've done myself this year.
I bet your wife's happy though.
Is she? I don't know. Maybe I'm taking up the living room sofa too much.
Maybe, yeah. And watching too much TV.
Maybe she wants to kick me out.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that time when you used to go to the football, that was her time to, I don't know.
Have her own time.
Have a bath and, paint
Chill
your
out.
nails and chill out. That's very stereotypical.
Yeah.
But,
But yeah, the world's just gone mad, hasn't it? It's totally changed.
Totally changed, yeah. And again, obviously with daily increase in cases, not just in England and in Scotland and Wales and Europe, but Pakistan as well. So there's the first time that 1,500 cases have been reported since July. In Islamabad, with the second wave of COVID-19 intensifying, the number of coronavirus cases being reported on a daily basis crossed the 1,500 mark for the first time since July. As many as 1,700 cases reported on July the 23rd, but numbers do gradually keep increasing into September, and the country saw the highest number of daily cases with 6,000 people contracting the virus. So not good. I think Pakistan did really well to contain it. initially. But I think this rise isn't just reflective of Pakistan. I think it's happening in
It's all
Germany,
o-
France, US.
all over the world, isn't it?
Yeah, so we are definitely hitting a second
Once
wave.
again, if you're COVID, don't forget face, space, and your mask, and you wash your hands. If you do them three things, whatever you do, if you're touching anything, use the liquid, clean your hands at least
Hand
for 10
sanitizer.
seconds. Yeah, definitely do that. Wear your mask, keep 2 meters apart, and
Well, talking about keeping your 2 meters apart. So Boris made this announcement on Saturday, I think it was, and the official lockdown began on Thursday. Right. So I happened to go into Birmingham for a cup of tea on Wednesday.
as you do, yeah.
I should do. So and it was absolutely carnage.
was it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking, and this is past 10 o'clock as well. You could not get up and down Ladypool Road, Alamock Road. It was carnage, Khalid, I'm telling you. But, I mean, I don't understand what's wrong
The
with
sad
it.
thing is that you was there.
But I just wanted a cup of tea. I didn't
You
want...
can have a cup of tea at home.
No, but I wanted a proper cup of tea.
Oh, I don't know.
But yeah, it was... but apparently it was the same again on Monday and Tuesday, so... These restaurants are cleaning up, aren't they?
They are undercover, aren't they?
Undercover, yeah. But what I have been told by a lot of these places, these establishments in Birmingham, they aren't going to be closing for the pandemic. You can still go to all of these restaurants.
Takeout.
But it's going to be takeout only, yeah.
Takeout only. Did you know your body talks? Tells you loads of stuff about your body.
Subconsciously, it probably does,
Yeah. Did you know if you have big feet, do you know what that means?
I'm allowed to say on air.
Yeah, go on.
Big feet, I don't know. I don't know.
You cheat. Cheaters have big feet, and bushy brows means you're vain. Look at Shabazz checking his.
Checking my eyebrows.
Are you vain? What your body says about you. So high cheeks means you're more aggressive.
Okay.
A smaller nose can mean a man has a fiery temper.
A small nose.
Small nose.
Okay.
A man with long ring fingers are more likely to end up with a partner with an hourglass figure.
Okay.
Richer men are more likely to have a glowing complexion.
Who are?
Richer men. So if you've got a glowing complexion,
Is
you're going
that-
to end
yeah,
up rich.
That's probably the amount of facials they've been having and,
Yeah.
pampering sessions maybe.
Guys with long legs are more attracted to the opposite sex. A man with big feet are more likely to stray. And here's some for the women. Women are more masculine looking faces are more likely to end up in a long-term relationship.
Okay.
Eyebrows, bushy signals vanity. Women with blue or green eyes are said to be able to handle pain a lot better. Women with artificially plump up their pout can be needy and selfish. So all these women who make these pout faces,
Can't think of anything worse.
it's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when they take these selfies and they go,
Yeah.
you watch.
It's worse when men do it.
Oh no,
That's
no,
even worse.
really. Men do it as well.
There's a few men that do it as well, yeah.
Oh no. Fat around the stomach could be a sign of stress.
Or just that
And-
you're eating too much.
Well, maybe. And lastly, women with elongated second toe have a natural leadership quality. So check women's feet out.
Okay. Where do you get all this information from? Because it's fascinating.
It's full of knowledge, isn't it?
It's fascinating, and I think you're prepping the whole nation up for their Sunday. Sorry.
We just had a message come from Sister Naseem, who's kindly donated the masks, not masks, the mats.
If you can donate some masks, that would be helpful as well.
Islam Brothers, great show. Enjoying your topics in discussion. So this new vaccine, will it be halal? Will we be able to have this vaccine?
It's a good question.
It is,
It's a
isn't
good
it?
question. But I thought that when it comes to medicine, there's no such thing as haram or halal. Or I might be wrong. Maybe if our listeners can educate us. So yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it depends on what they actually put in it. I mean, if they put anything to do with a pig in there or something,
yeah. No doubt.
gelatine.
Yeah. No.
Obviously, that's haram.
It is haram, but this is my question. So this is probably to any
Pharmaceutical.
people who are more who know more about this than I do. If gelatin, for instance, is in a medicine, are you allowed to take it, or are you not allowed to take it because it's classed as haram?
It's a question. So, there's loads of questions today, isn't it?
Loads of questions. I'm just trying to encourage some callers. That's what I'm trying to do. But just that you were mentioning sort of people making money from YouTube. The real rich kids are on Instagram.
Are they?
Yeah. So you're on Instagram, aren't you, Cal?
Yeah, but I don't post much.
Are you just a watcher?
I watch.
Right. Okay.
I watch, and then the missus watches me watching my Instagram followers, and then she goes, "Who's that? What are you looking at women for? What are you doing that for?"
Why are you looking at women?
It just randomly comes on my Instagram.
Randomly. Right, okay, fine. So the highest earning children under 10, including a girl who's 7, who earns up to £16,800 for a sponsored post. And the youngest is just 1 year old. So Bella Baby analysed profiles of some of the world's most popular child Insta stars, compiling a list of the top 10 highest earning kids under 10 on social media platform. Top of the list was 7-year-old Eva Lee Rose Sutas from Los Angeles, who earned £16,800 for each post. And the top 10 featured Michael Phelps' son Boomer 4 and Elijah Maria McBoone 1. So
wow.
So yeah, we don't need our kids to become doctors or anything like that. We just need them to become Insta stars, and they'll be super rich.
Wow, that's a way forward, isn't it?
It is the way forward.
Just open up a brand new Instagram account when they're born, and then just.
As long as whatever they're doing, it's not haram. As long as it's halal.
Yeah,
it's the way forward.
Talk about halal or haram. Gelatine. We as a family never have the flu vaccine for this reason, because. The flu's got gelatin in there.
Right, okay. And who's this from?
That's from Sister Nassim again.
Okay.
Maybe I think she's a doctor.
Maybe, yeah. So is that factual then? So I mean, what does our religion actually say about that? It'd be good for any of our listeners to let us know. I mean, I for one have always avoided gelatin, no matter what, if it's in medicine or not.
Yeah.
But it'd be
so it's hard sometimes to avoid gelatin, isn't it? Because sweets, sugary things that tempt you. And then afterwards you think, let me just check the ingredients and gelatin.
Yeah.
And then you're sticking your finger down your throat and you're trying to puke.
I'm going to make your day now, but fruit pastels are now halal.
Fruit pastels?
Chewits are now also halal, yeah.
Chewits as well?
They've now made them suitable for vegetarians, so no animal products whatsoever.
Fantastic. We're nearly... Time's ticking down. Got 3 minutes left, Shabazz.
Fantastic. Is there any more chairs that I can move to for the last 3 minutes, maybe?
What you can do is tell me the answer to our competition. Who is the President of the United States of America?
Today? Donald Trump?
Correct.
There you go.
Donald Trump is the President of the United States of America. A lot of people probably think it's Joe Biden, but he's President-elect.
Okay.
So he doesn't take control until January.
Right.
So at the moment it's still unfortunately Donald Trump is still in charge,
I don't know if you've seen there's a video circulating where Joe Biden's talking about banning or removing the Muslim ban, and he's quoted a few verses of our Prophet Muhammad, and I thought it was really nice of him to do that because it's a great way of warming to the Muslim community given how Donald Trump kind of alienated everybody. So
it's amazing how you get extra votes as well, doesn't it? By saying the right things.
Tell you what, say the right things at the right time. But no, good luck to him. Hopefully, it benefits the Muslim people living in America. My half aunt actually lives out in California now, I believe she lives. So yeah, hopefully it's good for them.
Yeah. So what are you up to for the rest of the day and next week?
Today, I just need to nip to the local DIY store. Need to buy some paint and rollers and stuff. Going to be decorating my son's room over the next couple of weeks. Lockdown, nothing else.
That's what everyone does, isn't it? Lockdown comes and you start concentrating on the house, doing the work in and out.
And that's it. And just a bit of DIY around the house. But other than that, just relaxing. How about you, Khalid?
Go home, have some breakfast.
Hopefully it's made for you.
Hopefully. she's so good to me.
Yeah, she is.
She'll make my breakfast.
Can I come as well?
Of course you can.
Okay.
Well, you'll have to eat outside.
Oh yes.
You're not allowed in.
Yes, of course. I'll eat in the car.
Yeah, we'll do a packed lunch for you.
No problem. Yeah.
Watch the football match or the few football. Super Sunday.
It is.
My wife hates Super Sunday.
I bet, yeah.
Because that's all I do. Watch football. And back to work tomorrow morning. Hard slog again, and
hopefully back here next week.
And we might be joined by Munawar Hussain.
Oh, I tell you what, Birmingham's finest.
You work on him.
I'll try my best. He's a tough cookie.
It'd be good
crack.
to get 3 of us in the studio for a change.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good crack.
And
so
maybe
hopefully, inshallah.
number 3 mic will be fixed as well by then.
Inshallah.
Once again, thank you for calling in, all the text messages. Thank you. We do appreciate you taking time out to message us on a Sunday morning. I know Sunday mornings are for lines, but yeah, we do appreciate it. Once again, if you enjoy our show, please do tell others. If you don't, email Shabazz. Until next week, Sunday, 10:30, Stories of the Week, saying goodbye. Have a great week. Stay safe. Khuda Hafiz.
Salafis.